guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander SEL Premium.
And a big thanks to Brian and the rest of the management and staff here at Jacobs Mitsubishi in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Newport Richey, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Brian.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Outlander has been Mitsubishi's compact crossover SUV since 2001. The fourth generation Outlander that you see here has been with us since 2022. And for 2025, the Outlander receives a subtle refresh, getting updates in styling alongside a more luxurious driving experience with increased sound deadening, smoother suspension, and I personally feel an improvement through the steering. Inside, the 2025 Outlander gets a more spacious center console and an upgraded Yamaha audio system as standard, with an optional 12-speaker dynamic booming Yamaha system available on the SEL Premium that we have here. There are 5 trims available for the 2025 Outlander, ranging from the base $30,000 ES up to the top of the line $44,000 Platinum Edition. Sitting in the middle of the pack is the SEL that we have here, starting at $37,000 plus $3,000 for the premium package that we have here. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, we get a subtle update in styling, full front parking sensing on the SEL Premium forward-facing camera, helping us out with the 360, and this beautiful gray metallic paint color with a bluish hue to it. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. We get full LED headlamps, LED projector for the fog light down below, and LED daytime running lights up top. Black contrasted grille, but as you'll see when we pop the hood, the grille actually partially opens up with the hood. We mentioned a full front parking sensing with a decent amount of airflow for the lower front bumper area. The wheel and tire setup for the SEL Premium, you get these black and silver contrasted 20-inch rims wrapped in Toyo Tires Open Country HT all seasons. Dimensions are a square 255/45 R20. The 255 wide tire should have no problem putting the power to the ground, and the 45 sidewall should help the ride quality quite a bit. 5-lug pattern, and the wheel and tire setup does look a little bit updated for this year's SEL Premium. Some plastic cladding for the wheel well area, body color rocker panel side skirts, 2-tone contrasted mirrors, LED turn signal on them, and an additional camera to help us out with the 360. Blind spot monitoring on the glass. We get the 2-tone contrasted roof. I believe it's about an $800 option. We'll check it out in the window sticker in 1 second. With some shiny chrome for the lower window trim. Smart access for the driver and a front passenger. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this all-new 2025 subtly refreshed Mitsubishi Outlander. We mentioned the window sticker. Let's take a quick look at it for this 2025 Outlander SEL 2.5 two-wheel drive 4-door SUV with the moonstone gray metallic and black roof contrast and a beautiful brown aniline leather interior. Anyway, I mentioned the $37,000 base price, $36,995. You can pause to take a look at all the standard features that comes with it. One of the best warranties in the business, with the 10-year 100,000 mile and the 5-year unlimited mile roadside assistance, and a 2-year 30,000 mile limited maintenance with 3 oil changes, 3 tire rotations, and 1 cabin filter, which is something I got to do with my Ram 1500. Anyway, off topic. We mentioned the black roof and moonstone gray contrast is $795. Premium package is $3,050, giving us the dynamic sound Yamaha Ultimate 12-speaker audio system, the synthetic leather door inserts with quilting, brick brown color, and the semi-aniline leather appointed seating surfaces also with the brick brown. We get a 10.8-inch heads-up display, which is massive, digital rear view mirror, so pretty loaded package, being only $3,000. So although we are getting up there in price for this vehicle, $37,000 for the base price, $5,000 in options, this $3,000 premium package definitely has its money's worth. $70 for the roadside assistance, $105 for the cargo mat, $370 for the illumination, $210 for the cover, $170 for the hood emblem, $185 for the welcome package, $120 for the floor mats, about $1,400 or $1,500 for the destination charge, totaling us out at $43,565. Definitely getting up there in price, especially for a 2-wheel drive SUV. But as you'll see when we take a step inside, there isn't an option or feature that isn't available in this specific SEL Premium. And considering that we're only halfway through the Mitsubishi Outlander trim levels, I can only imagine how much more loaded they get towards the top. 27 combined MPGs, 24 in the city, 31 on the highway. I mentioned a smart access for the driver and a front passenger. The black roof continues for the spoiler. Large panoramic moonroof. We get the aluminum looking roof rails and the black shark fin style antenna. We had full LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. Shout out Jacobs Mitsubishi in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. The taillights do look like they have a subtle update to them. Halogen third brake light, The wiper is not housed in the spoiler, but I still think this rear end styling looks very sleek. We get full rear parking sensing, the exhaust tip down below in the lower left corner. And speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, and here she sounds. All right, guys, that was the sound of the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder sold by Mitsubishi for the 2025 Outlander. And it sounds okay, it doesn't crank out too much power. We also mentioned that the hood and grille open up together. That's no longer the case here for the post-facelifted Outlander. Power plant-wise, cranking out 181 horsepower, 181 pound-feet of torque, made it to a line-driven CVT transmission, sending the power either the front or all wheels. You can expect 0 to 60 in the low to mid 8-second range, making it not the best performer, but considering we're getting almost 25 combined MPGs, an unbelievably loaded interior, you're gonna have to compromise somewhere, especially with a sub $40,000 base price. We can take a step back, walk around this 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander SEL Premium one more time. And let's take a step inside and see what we get with a mid-trim with a really good value premium package on this 2025 Outlander. So we have the faux leather for the armrest area. It's gushy soft with quilts in the center, gushy soft leather at armrest, 4-window auto-on touch, aluminum door handle, 2-person memory seats, power folding mirrors, 4-way adjustable. We have the booming upgraded Yamaha sound system. You'll fit a foot-long with no problem. You probably stack 2 on top of each other with a big gulp right in front of it. The seats, we get these diamond quilted, perforated, heated, and ventilated semi-aniline leather seats with very solid bolstering. Way more comfortable seats than any Nissan Rogue that I reviewed on this channel. And they're fully electrically adjustable. With lumbar control, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So similar to the outside, the interior changes aren't too drastic. The biggest change being the larger center console space, which we'll check out. Very decent. All the materials here feel unbelievably premium. The steering wheel is thick, solid 10 and 2, 9 and 3 feels perfect. That's been something I've been saying about the Outlander steering wheel since it came out in 2022. It is a really good feeling wheel, and for 2025, the steering just feels so direct and on center. I did not think that it was that good for the pre-facelifted models. We have perforation from the 10 and 2 down to, I guess, the 5 and 7 area. The horn area is rubberized. Horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. We do get dual panes. Nice appreciated touch for a vehicle starting around 40,000 bucks with the premium package. Even without the premium package, it's getting dual panes. I believe even the lower trims outside of the ES all get dual panes. You get soft touch dashboard with a large heads-up display. It's a 10.8-inch display. Volume skip controls on the left side with our infotainment adjustments. You can see our home screen, trip computer, vehicle information with tire pressure, heads-up turn-by-turn and compass. Here we also have our map that you can see from your heads-up display, probably my personal favorite screen to leave it at all times. You can also see the music, 360 cents, and overall settings. But as you mentioned, my personal favorite would be to leave it at the map. The tach goes to about 6,000 RPM, and the speedometer goes to 140. Underneath the tach is the coolant temperature, and underneath the speedometer is our fuel level with our odometer all the way down below with our clock and temperature outside right next to it. We get a stitched dash area with a really soft leatherette trim, some rubberized texture beneath it, aluminum outlining the air vents. We get our interior brightness, your your heads-up display beneath the interior brightness, tilt and telescoping steering column, satisfying click for the stocks, auto headlamps, auto high beams, fog lights, and auto rain sensing wipers, all appreciated features at this price point. Hopefully you get a good look at the aluminum outline pedals, hood latch release, the infotainment screen. We get 12.3 inches, or it is 12.3 inches. Not the most modern resolution, but the response is solid. And yeah, overall the resolution isn't any worse than what we've been getting from Honda's lineup over the last 5 to 10 years, so can't knock them too badly. I do wish they updated it with this facelift, but not the end of the world. You have your navigation, your music, phone information, our overall apps. Let's see what else we get. Pause, take a look. pretty decent amount with our home screen. Includes our music with the map right next to it. I personally prefer to just leave it at the map. We get our brightness, skip, and volume controls with our camera. You can just press a button, and here we have our forward-facing camera with guidance lines and trajectory, and an over-the-top 360. Unfortunately, we just have this plastic screen over it. The resolution gets a lot better without this plastic screen. But for the potential owner of this vehicle, I'll leave the plastic screen on, and it's still a really high resolution even with the screen. Throwing it into reverse, we switch to a backup camera, also with guidance lines and trajectory with our over-the-top 360. Throwing it in park, and we return right back to the previous screen. Pressing the camera button one more time, we can check out our blind zone camera, purely our forward-facing camera, and then right back to where we were. Beneath that, we have our dual zone automatic front climate control, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, wireless phone charging pad, 2 USB-C ports, and a 12-volt. We mentioned the gear selector control and the line-driven CVT transmission with more leatherette trim for your knee will often hit. Drive mode select here, we get normal, eco, tarmac, gravel, and snow. We'll start the review off in normal. Try out tarmac, try out eco, and see what the differences are. You'll fit 24, maybe 32-ounce bottles in these cup holders. Electronic parking brake with auto hold. Mention a gushy, soft leatherette armrest with an increased amount of storage. USB-C port as well. The glove box is soft touch above it, but the glove box itself is hard plastic, damped, massive, not lined felt. You'll fit easily 20 license plates, should be able to fit 4 or 5 Harry Potter books, 2 pairs of shoes with no problem. Frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror, which also functions as a digital rear view mirror, sunglass holder, premium feeling headliner. Interior lights are not touch sensitive. Well, they are touch sensitive for this dial, but the light itself is not, but they are, as you see, LED. And you press the touch sensor one more time and they turn off. We can open up the shade for this panoramic moonroof, see how much light gets brought into the cabin. As soon as the shade opens up, we'll follow it off with the roof. There we go. Now that the shades open up, we'll open up the roof, and the glass goes underneath the second panel so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. See if it goes out any further. It does. So into the second row of space, massive opening. We can poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Newport Richey, Florida. Sunny and 86 degrees according to this 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander. We can shut this glass right up, leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat, at least, this 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander SEL Premium. Let's take a step out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the material. So up top, just like up front, we get that faux leather trim, which is gushy soft. Sunshade, that's perfect for kids. 2 Yamaha booming speakers on the door panel with quilts in the center of the door panel. The gushy soft armrest, auto one-touch window, faux carbon outside of the window controls, and a large storage area. You'll fit a foot long, easily fit a big gulp behind it. The second row seats are still quilted, perforated. They're heated, not ventilated, but the heated seat function, even for the second row, is appreciated. You can recline them and slide them. There's a third row seat too, but with the second row seat in its upright, far back position, you'll see there's just simply zero space for a full-size adult to fit in that third row. But with compromises, you move the driver's seat up a little bit, passenger seat up a little bit, and slide the second row seats forward. You could semi-comfortably fit 6 full-size adults in this car. You can very comfortably fit 4 full-size adults and 2 or 3 children. But taking a step inside, at a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, I still have about 5 inches of knee room. We can see the headroom in the upright position. It's about ½ an inch to 1 inch, and we can recline the seat. Once I find the latch, there we go. And fully reclined, I have about 3.5 inches. Compromises a little bit of knee room, but still, for the most part, very comfortable back here. We get 3 different map pockets for phones, wallets, car accessories, air vents, third zone climate control, and heated seats. Beneath the climate control, we have 2 additional USB-C ports as well. With a ton of light brought into the cabin, the interior lights are touch-sensitive LED. Grab handles on both sides with hooks on both sides as well. That's about it for the second row. Let's take a step out into the third row. I'm not sure how much space I'll have back there, but I'll do my best to demonstrate it for you guys. So yeah, even the process, wow, I almost fell. But the process of hopping back here for somebody over 6 feet tall isn't the most convenient, but we'll try to recline the seats semi-doably. And as you see, there is room for my knees to move around. There is room for the second row passenger to fit. and there is potentially room for my head to fit. Am I comfortable? Absolutely not. This is one of the less spacious 3-row SUVs on the road today, but it's still a 3-row SUV nevertheless. If you don't plan on using the 3rd row, you can always put it down and have a little bit of extra cargo space, and if it's an emergency and you do need to use the 3rd row, it is nice to have it. We got cup holders back here too, tie downs, a little bit of additional storage. No air vents back here, wouldn't be expected, but we can take a step out of here. Hopefully picked it up on camera. Definitely not the most spacious 3rd row, probably one of the least spacious 3rd rows, but it is appreciated to still have it available, and hopefully picked it up on camera. That's about it though, guys, for the 2nd row. Let's take a step out into this cargo space. Underneath the Mitsubishi badge is our electrically opening liftgate button. This 3rd row seat actually reclines a little bit, but we'll put the 3rd row seat down. Hopefully you guys have a little bit better of an idea of the cargo space on camera. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much space is back here with the 3rd row up, 3rd row down, and with the 2nd row down. It's definitely one of the more spacious compact SUVs. It's just one of the less spacious 3-row SUVs, but to be expected because you don't see a lot of compacts with 3 rows. Nice little storage area for grocery bags. We get a booming Yamaha subwoofer and our latches to fold the seats down 60-40 split. Secret storage, let's see what we got going on underneath the floor mats. A little bit, that's where we have our headrest. See if this whole piece lifts up. It does not. But very decent amount of storage, especially in the compact segment. To fold or to drop the trunk, there's 2 buttons. This button drops the liftgate, this button drops it and locks the SUV. We don't need a lock, so we'll press the button on the left, and as soon as you press it, the trunk begins to close. So make sure you get out of the way if you have grocery bags, or you might get duped in the head. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all-new facelifted 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander SEL Premium. It is a really nice SUV. Back in 2022, when we reviewed the SEL Premium, it was around $35,000, $36,000. Now it starts closer to 37, but that seems to be the trend among all manufacturers. At 40 to 43,000 bucks, it is getting up there in price, but there isn't an option or feature that isn't available with this SUV, and this isn't even towards the top of the lineup. There are 2 trims above this. All trim levels basically get the same performance though, and speaking of the performance, let's take this 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander SEL Premium out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new facelifted 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander SEL Premium. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, throttle response feels good for the power plant. Brakes feel pretty good. Not great, but they feel good. This turn signal stock's a very heavy click, and the ride quality over the big bumps feels like a major improvement. The steering also feels like a major improvement. Well-tuned transmission. You don't need to use too much throttle to get moving. Big bump, really good composure, and it's quiet too. Take a step out onto this road, which very well might be the worst road in Florida when it comes to upkeep, and you'll see how this thing can compose itself. You can hear the dealer tag rattling around, but outside of that, silent and a great ride quality. Boom. It was already a great ride quality in the pre-facelift, but this facelift has done some noticeable improvements. You can try one out off the line. Looks like a decent stretch of pavement. See what it's got. Throw it in the sport mode too, or the terrain mode, or tarmac, sorry. On the gas, not much, but here we go. There we go. Okay, so up top it starts to move, but with the CVT, it takes a little while to really get moving. And in the tarmac mode, it holds your revs a little bit. So probably not going to be the mode where you get your 24, 25 combined MPGs. But it does feel a little bit more responsive through the foot. The steering gets a tiny bit heavier, but the steering already felt really good even in the normal mode. Try it, throw it back into normal mode. Brakes feel good. Actually, let's see what Eco's got. Eco mode. Pretty numb throttle, but it's fine. It's not like a Honda Eco mode, which basically turns your car into useless. This still feels plenty strong. Big bumps coming up. Boom. Yeah, I mean, you hear them a little bit, but you really don't feel a whole lot. They did a great job with this suspension. Take a step out here, lean into it a little bit on the gas. I mean, yeah, it takes a second, but it gets up and goes eventually. And up top, it does pull pretty good. It's the CVT that holds it back a little bit more than the engine itself does. We can take a step out here, open her up a little bit more on the gas. Yep, up top it gets up and goes fine. And listen, at highway speeds, I don't hear any wind noise, I don't hear any road noise. Passing power about half throttle. Doesn't blow you away, but you look down and you're moving. You can't really tell that you're moving because of how quiet this interior is. And the steering, even at higher speeds, feels directly on center. Overall, guys, if you're looking for the most premium, luxurious, and comfortable way to spend $40,000 to maybe $45,000, I think this 2025 Outlander is a great way to go. There's several $1,000s in available discounts. I wouldn't be surprised if you could pick one of these up for like 41, 42 out the door. It's happened in the past. I know the prices have gone up over the last couple of years, as with everything. But even with the increase in prices, this is still easily one of the best value premium SUVs on the road today. I know you don't necessarily associate Mitsubishi with a premium luxury brand, but with the dual pane windows, soft suspension, upgraded sound deadening, navigation screen, quilted, perforated, ventilated, and heated seats, guys, this thing is unbelievable. And in fact, we're in this upgraded sound system. You can check out a real world turning radius. I kind of overshot the dealership, but considering the overall package that we have here, if you're willing to forego some horsepower, I understand 8.2, 8.5 seconds is a pretty slow 0 to 60 time, especially if you're paying $40,000+. That's the only complaint I have with this car. I wish we had at least some type of conventional hybrid powertrain that can do 0 to 60 in the low 7s, maybe 6s. Turbocharged powertrain, but yes, ideally a V6. Hopefully one day Mitsubishi brings that back. But if we're stuck with the 4-cylinder, this 4-cylinder still feels decently strong, and considering the options, features, and overall comfort and drivability of this car, especially considering it has 3 rows, if you're looking for a $40,000 to $45,000 luxurious bargain of an SUV with 3 rows, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander, and I would recommend checking it out as an SEL Premium, because anything above this in terms of trim level, I really cannot imagine it being that much more premium. And a big thanks to Jacobs Mitsubishi in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Newport Richey area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.